everyone, and welcome to the first episode on My Yellow Couch. I am Lwam Gxalaba, and I'm going to be your host. On our first episode today, we are joined by the gorgeous, the sexy, the lovely Miss Mkhonto. She's blushing next to me like... She is a makeup artist that is based in between Durban and Johannesburg. And she caught my attention, and I wanted us to talk about the industry, like the beauty industry, the makeup industry, and everything else that you don't see posted on Instagram, everything else that affects makeup artists in the industry, like in the creative space as a whole, and the challenges, the beautiful moments, mostly important, the behind the scenes, like what really happens, how do you climb on the ladder and be to where you got to be. So please, further ado, let's welcome Miss Mkhonto. She's all about the money. Like, she's all about like...
I'm all about the dollars, baby. International is where we're going.
Welcome, honey, and thank you so much for being our first official guest.
Oh, it's such an honor, guys.
She said she wanted 2 episodes on her
Oh, yeah,
like, can you believe it? She's like, now I also want to change outfits.
Second episode, I want like an outfit change, hey? No, but like, thank you for inviting me, and thank you for spotting me. When you shared the concept with me, I was really interested because there's so much that goes on in our industry that nobody talks about.
Yeah.
That nobody suggests. There's a lot that's spoken about musicians, that's spoken about actors and actresses, that's spoken about fashion designers and whatnot, but nobody wants to talk about our industry. Nobody wants to talk about what happens within the circles in our industry. And how you get far, or the boundaries and things that you have to push through to get to where you want to get to.
And also like the industry, like a makeup artist is a career, you know, a career in South Africa.
Believe it or not, people don't think it's a career,
you know,
but it is. It's not a hobby.
Because we grew up like in communities where we're like, you need to be a doctor, you need to be a teacher, you need to be a lawyer, you know. And then now when you decide like, mom, I want to be a makeup artist, like you're gonna be drawing brows. You're gonna be drawing brows.
No, you're gonna bring food to the table.
You know. So
you know?
I want us to just indulge in that, and also mostly like being a young female, like black female mostly in the industry in South Africa, you know, the peers who are already in the industry
on the top ladder,
on the top ladder, like us as black women in South Africa. How is the treatment when you're getting into the industry, you know, when you're still finding your way, when you're still finding your feet and introducing yourself as like, hi, I'm Lindy, you know, like sending out those DMs, also now to securing clients, high-end clients, you know, big corporate clients, like introducing yourself, like how is the result? So those are the things I would like for us to just talk about. When did you start like makeup like as a career?
I started makeup, when was it? 2017. It's funny how I got into makeup is I've always been an ambitious person. I've always been a person who wanted to work. Yeah. So when I finished school, I decided that I wanted to be involved in something that has to do with media, that has to do with TV. And at the time, because I can sing, I thought that it would be music. I was very sure that it would probably be theater, drama, or music. I was so sure. But because I was uncertain about it, and at the time my parents were like, you want to go to AVDA, but right now this is where we're at. And I was like, okay, you know what? Financially, I don't want to put strain on my family. So let me find a part-time job. It is my first year out. Let me just find a part-time job and go and work. I've always wanted to do something. I get so frustrated when I'm not doing anything. So I found a part-time job. I went to work. Then the company I worked for was very classy, very high-end, very corporate, you know? So you had to always be dressed and look the part, you know. And from there, I bought my first MAC foundation. I bought, you know, like you're getting paid, so you're like, darling, I'm going to MAC tomorrow. I'm gonna find myself a foundation and a ruby woo, and I'm gonna look like the girl, you know. And I went and I bought my first makeup and whatever. And at that time, it was Facebook. You know, I posted on Facebook so much and whatever. And this lady contacted me and she was like, "There's a school that has a scholarship for beauty therapy. Would you like to try it out?" And I was like, and my mom was like, "Just go, just try it out. Maybe you might just like it. You don't know what you want to do after all, so just try it out." And I was like, "Okay, cool." I went for the interview, and the day I walked into the interview, I walked in and I sat down. I always dress the part. Like no matter what, like.
You can't be
bump
like
into an ex looking bad. I walked in there and they were just like, "Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. Actually, we think we want you to be part of our program." So they called me the next day, gave me a roster. And as I was part of the whole system, we did nails, we did facials, massage, skincare, whatever. I fell in love with makeup.
The makeup side.
I loved everything we did there, but I was not emotionally invested into it. I became invested in makeup. I started looking for brushes. And it was not like now then. It wasn't like where you can find brush store everywhere. You can find, you know, it was like I had to go to this game, I had to go to Clerence, I had to go to this place, I had to go to China Mall, look for lashes. And they still had those like plastic lashes back there. And they were like so bad. But like I really wanted something that was going to train me and just, you know, give me direction. Then this wonderful gentleman, his name was, I always mention his name, Neil Ramathan. He's an Indian high-end makeup artist. He is till today. About 2 years ago, he did Miss South Africa's makeup. He is gorgeous work. He came to our studio, and the day they told us that he was coming, I did my makeup. And I was like, I just want him to sit in the room and just not see anybody except for me. He must just need me. And he walked in and he went to the office after speaking to us about makeup and whatever, because we were due to serve our hours. After, you know, like after you're in beauty college, you used to serve your hours so that when you're looking for a job, you can be hired. And he went to the office and he told the lady that was running the college that he saw a girl there and he'd like to have a word with me. And I came up and he was like, "Have you ever done makeup before on other people?" I was like, "Yeah, I've tried, like for fun, you know, to practice my skill." He's like, "Do you have pictures?" I showed him the pictures I had. And it was pictures of my mom and my friends and whatever. And then he was just like, "Come to my studio next week, Tuesday, and bring a model. And you're just going to do a demo." And then after that, babes, I went through the pits. But I went through the pits with somebody, I'm going to say this, who is not black. Somebody who wanted to push me. Somebody who wanted to see me get somewhere. Somebody who would be like, "Girl, you ain't going to look a mess with my name. Like, you ain't going to be a messed up makeup artist with my name."
Your name on it.
That's how he was.
So now like it brings out a lot of logos. So now you are here, you got in here, you're doing this. So now you're getting introduced to a lot of avenues. The social media. There's either like black women in the industry who are there in the same level as the guy that gave you the opportunity. And you know, like it's not all the time you do find people who easily open up
their hand,
especially in the industry, and especially with us black women. I want to be talking about us.
You know, do you get what I mean? But that's the reason why I brought him up.
You know,
because there's a day I'll never forget. I was late. He gave me the key intentionally, knowing that I'm always ridiculously late. He gave me the key. And he was like, "We have 20 brides today." And he's not joking. You know, Indian people can get married like crazy on the weekend. He says, "We have 20 brides today. I'm giving you this key. And you better be on time." I arrived 5 minutes late. and he stood me outside and shouted at me, and then he left. And I cried. Like that day, I cried my eyes out. But I had to wipe my eyes, walk up the stairs, and be as professional as can be. And as of that day, you can ask any of my clients, punctuality is my
key.
number one goal. Because that person instilled in me that best you not be late. It's attached to your name.
Exactly.
But when you meet our own, they lack professionalism, firstly. Except for you, Chomiami.
I'm always on time. Always on time.
No, but I'm not even talking about work time, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about being on time. I'm talking about
almost everything. Like,
if I look at you, Lwami, and I say you inspire me as a makeup artist, that's not a pedestal you should stand on.
Yeah.
That's a pedestal you should step down from and inspire me as an incoming and upcoming artist in the industry. You should take that as a token to say, oh my gosh, this person looks up on me. Now I need to behave a certain way in front of them so that they never lose that faith in me. But instead, we get the opposite of that. You know, you get people treating you like, who the hell do you think you are?
So now let's dive into the cutthroat of the industry in South Africa, you know, because I believe especially in general, black women, we are so late when it comes to these things like makeup, fashion, social media, and all of this, due to history and all of that. So now we are trying to catch up. You know, we're trying to catch up. And then there are those ones who are advanced in this catching up. And then there are those who
have access.
They have access, you know.
Exactly.
And then you do find those ones that they are still struggling. It's like, you know what? I would like to go and get myself a foundation, but if I do that, I'm going to be sacrificing to have food for the next week, you know. So now, do you think that those ones who are in spaces who can really uplift and inspire those ones who have no access, do you think they are utilizing the space like that, or they are fully closing the doors off, as in you know what? I call it the queen bee syndrome. You know, it's okay, me, I'm in, and then you find your own way, kind of.
You know what? I would say honestly and truly, it's a space that has not been utilized, and it's sad. But I think you said something so profound now. You said due to history, right? And I feel due to history, people have I'm looking for the right term. People have gotten themselves in a space where they want to grow themselves first and reach a certain level. But the problem is, when they reach there, they no longer want. It's like being poor. When you grow up poor, once you get money, you never want to be poor again.
Back to being poor again.
You know, and you sometimes, if you're not trained mentally the right way, you will feel like sharing with other people will keep you back, you know, or will pull you back, you know. And as black people, we've got this disgusting mentality, and I say disgusting because I hate it. We've got this disgusting mentality of feeling that I'd rather be the breadwinner. I want to be at the top. At home, they mustn't start the family meeting without me. Now you want to be the breadwinner of the makeup industry, because now you want to say they won't start without Lindy. You know, that function is pretty much useless if I'm not there.
So if we didn't invite Ulin, or if people, and it also goes to the consumers also. It's if we have a function, if on the poster we don't see Ulindi, it's not worth.
Exactly.
It's not worth attending.
I even tell my friends, I'm like, yeah, Chami, Because look, I'm not gonna be there.
You know, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt that energy back in Cape Town, because I spent a lot of years in Cape Town, and that's where I started my makeup in the industry, like back in Cape Town. Also, it was because of the lack of the services, like back in Khayelitsha, where I was at that moment, you know. And I was like, why are people in Khayelitsha not talking about like makeup, being a makeup artist? What is missing here? What is it that we're not doing? Are we not doing something, or are we not exposed to this, or what is happening? So I dedicated my years. It's like, let me find this. Like, I don't know where this can take me, but I think it's something that somebody like can start without having a lot and then grow themselves. So doing that, you become exposed like in events. I've attended events. Events like product launches, store openings, master classes, you name it, you know. And out of all that, there was a lot of events where I felt a certain way because I was new in the industry, and immediately you walk in a room where there's regulars of the industry, you do get the stares, you know, and the stares that you get, you can feel the energy from those, you know. I felt that on our sisters, like back in the hood, I'm gonna call it the hood, from back in the hood, I felt the stairs. And then now the stairs were different when I went to Uptown. Like, there was this one that stood out for me. The Woolworths, they always have a masterclass with Sir John. And I attended this one. It was in that place, man, I forgot this place. And when I attended this one, I arrived there very early. Number one, I didn't buy a VIP ticket. I just bought a general ticket. But I knew somehow I wanted to just have a word with Sir John somehow. But then I arrived early. So when arriving early, I got there and I took a tour on the place. And when I got in one of the rooms, Sir John was testing the mic, like the sound and everything. That's how I met him. There was no one else. It was just me and him. You know.
That is so
I was like, I was like, damn. Like those moments where you're like, I don't even want to ask you anything.
I just want to see your face.
I don't even want to ask you anything.
I look up to you. I just want to see you.
You know, I don't want to ask you anything. It's fine. And he was there being all clowny because I was taking pictures. And then he started posing for me. For me, that was the moment. But now, here comes like the nicest part about things. People start arriving, and I tell you, our black women influencers, they came in and then they sat on their media chairs. Ne? They sat on their media chairs, and then you asked to take a picture. Like, The only person that spoke to me that day, because I was new in the industry, and I wanted to know, how did you get your media pass? Ne? What did you do to get your media pass? I don't even know what's a media pass. I don't even know. Ne? So I wanted to ask, like, how?
Johnny,
I asked the black sister. She was like, yeah, because I'm in media. Okay, so that's how you got a media pass? Yeah, because I'm in media. Okay, fine. The only lady that gave me the details that made me to go home and Google even more and research even more was a Muslim lady, Unabila. I'm sure you know Unabila. Unabila, I was like, she voted me one of the best dressed in the.
I saw the pictures because I went through your thing.
She voted for me for one of the best dressed. So after that, I asked to take pictures with her. And as I was taking pictures with her, I just had a conversation. So how do you get a media pass? She was like, oh no man, like this is the agency that handles their PR. So you just send them an email and so on and so forth. Like, so what was so hard for my black sister
to tell you,
to just tell me
That's the problem. That's what I'm talking about. It's me being in Durban, being an influencer in Durban, and you coming up to me and saying to me, Lindy, I'm new in Durban. Please, can you show me around? Please, can you go places with me so I can meet the right people and be in the right circles? Then I leave, right? Then I sit at home and I'm like, no, man. If I give Lwami this access, Lwami already has a studio. She's gonna go further than me. Wait until I get at least to Quarter-2 where she is. Then I'll share with her my information so that she doesn't bypass me.
Like, it hurts, bro.
It's fear of your fellows overachieving more than you. Are you not supposed to clap?
But my lane is not your lane.
Exactly.
You know? My lane is not your lane.
Exactly.
So, and you keep on, like, people keep on forgetting the fact that we meet over 1,000 people a day.
A day.
You know, even if you are the breadwinner at Durban or whatever, I can meet one person and then I'm the president of Durban.
Babes.
You get what
Babes.
I mean? You get what I mean? So I'm like, why are we like this?
I experienced that with a certain situation not so long ago. I met somebody and he was so fascinated with who I am. And when I met one of my friends, I was like, dude, I met this person and he was just so fascinated with what I do and was so willing to help and whatever. And she was like, what's the person's name? And I told her the person's name. And she was like, yo. Leyo muntu, wazi abobani, nabobani. Some of them who have stepped on me because of where I'm trying to go. What is this? I've just met your sponsor. How do you feel? I've just met you. 1 minute you were what? You were the breadwinner of Durban. I've just met the entire governing body of Durban. Do you get what I mean?
I don't know.
And now you're hating. Do you know what I hate the most? Mina, I always love being on the side of the winning team. I always love being on the winning team. And how do you keep yourself on the winning team? You look at Lwami, you feel like, this one, she's a winner like me. I'm going to keep her. You look at the next one. This one, she's also a winner like me. I'm going to keep her. You know what? I can't do this. Let me give it to her. You give. And God is watching while you're giving. I don't care which God you believe in. God is watching. Whichever form of God you believe in, they are always watching when you do good.
Yeah.
You take that, you give it to the next person. When it's time for him to show up for you, he will show off because you've given off that energy to the next person. Yeah, now imagine being in a circle of winners. Now you guys are all sitting here.
You all are
You've
winners.
reached your 40-somethings. And now you guys are balling. You don't want to see that.
I used to say to my friends that I'm going to assist you. I'm only assisting and helping because when we are supposed to go on that trip, I want everybody to be able to book themselves.
To finance it.
To go to that trip. Otherwise, I'm going to be broke if I'm going to be the one who's going to be paying for everybody. And I don't want to be that person who's going to be paying for everybody.
Do you get?
You know, because sometimes we do pay for everybody because we know that you can't afford it. But then others, they do pay for everybody because, they want to be like, the event is not going to start without me.
And also, like, Mina, I don't want to lie, I love gifts. I love beautiful things. We spoke about a mirror just now.
Guys, she loves gifts. Guys. She loves gifts.
We just spoke about a mirror just now. Like, it's things that I check off my list. I'm like, you know what? I'm a lover of beautiful things. And because I'm a lover of beautiful things, you just said something so nice earlier on. You said money recognizes money. And the reason why money recognizes money is because if I walk into Lwami's studio and I feel like we can change that bulb and put a new one, I'll change it. And if I feel like I've got 800 to spare and I can buy that mirror, I will buy that mirror, we'll put it up on her wall. And one day, when she sees something she sees fit for me, she will do the same. But if, you know, this is her.
You know what,
do you get what I mean?
It's not going to look good on me.
But Charlie, I got something for you, come and pick it up. Do you get what I mean? Why? Because I've given off that energy to you. You see it fit that I get the same energy from you. There's nothing more painful than being a giving friend and on your birthday nobody shows up even with a bunch of flowers. Nobody shows up even with a bar of chocolates. No matter how broke they were. Why?
Like, do you think that's what I want to get into? Like, do you think it's because of, it's like that mentality of like, you know what, I was once broke and I don't want to go back being broke.
It's the broke mentality.
But I always come back to this, like, I also was born poor, you know. I'm not from a well-off family,
wealthy family,
but
yeah.
I'm not like, I'm that person who would share it. Like in varsity, my friend Ustela used to laugh at me. I would buy a bubble gum and we shared like there's 4 of us. Like, no, we're all gonna have a bubble gum. And like to me, it's like
but you know
there,
what?
you know.
That also speaks to how you were raised.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you know.
It speaks to how you were raised. But also, I have learned the art of not accusing how your parents have raised you. It's the path you choose thereafter.
To take, right?
Do you get what I mean? Because your mother could be a prayer warrior, could raise you in prayer, and you'll forget about prayers. One thing about what has been instilled in you when you are young is that no matter how horrible you can be, one day when the going gets tough and the tough get going, you will remember that prayer. And you will want to pray because that's what you've been raised with.
Yeah.
But the path that you've been living off was by choice. Do you get what I mean? In our industry, I will not lie to you. The saddest thing, and our industry is broad. It's makeup.
There's a lot.
It's influencing in the makeup industry.
There's a lot.
It's photography in the makeup industry. It's content creation in the makeup industry. All of those platforms. People want to say, I don't mind you saying I'm the best in the game and I'm the top of the charts. Okay, let's say you're a fitness guru. You wake up tomorrow, your leg is broken. You've never taught not one person. Who's going to carry your legacy? What was the whole concept of old men taking their information down to young boys? They could have easily stashed it and say, I will die with my Einstein information. But they didn't. Why? Because the whole concept of being somebody big is making other people great or even greater. Hence why the term, you can never beat the teacher.
Yeah. And I was thinking to photographer like this morning that I like in this space, that is why I think I don't really have a title, you know, in the creative space. Like I wanna be the DJ Khaled of the industry.
Yes.
You know? I wanna be that one who's always hollering those ones up, you know, and then I'm there in the background doing that work that most people don't
because we dirty work.
Yeah, because we all know like most people they want to be in the limelight. They want to be like unboxing on Instagram and living their life, you know. And I'm that person who's interested on like, you know what? I don't want to.
How do I get Lindy to unbox?
Okay, how do I get Lindy to?
Who do I contact so that she can be the type of person that companies want to work with?
So there's this space. There's this space.
Mina, I don't want to lie.
We need creatives.
Mina, I don't want to lie to you. Mina, I'm the front person.
You know?
Like, Mina, I want to speak to people. I want to interact with people. I want to be with people. I'm a people's person. I'm not the person who wants to be in the shadows.
Yeah.
I cannot be in the shadows because I always feel like I have something to say.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to be heard. But my biggest problem is what you were speaking about. I could have a handful of friends who can put me in the right platforms, but who won't. Right. Because what if she becomes better than me?
Hey, babes, I think like there's a lot that we can speak about on
we can go all day, baby.
On this. Like it's a worrying factor because I'm thinking like whenever I do something, it's that thing of like planting today and reaping the benefits 10 years later.
10 years later.
So I'm thinking about
but you need
that
to bear
young
in
girl.
mind, baby. You need to bear in mind the generation that we're in, right? You need to bear that very much in mind. The reason why I say that is that I've attracted you, therefore it's given me the idea of the type of people I attract. I attract very old school, like my real personality attracts old school people who believe in those kind of concepts, people who still believe in marriage and love and care, those kind of people who believe in sowing to reap. But our generation is not like that. You could sow.
We're instant. We want to be in Instagram and Twitter.
We have
everything
microwave
kind
generation.
Of a life, ne?
5-minute noodles. You
know?
Like we that's
no patience.
No patience, baby. So because we don't have patience, you will find a child, you will groom her, she will become better, she will forget you. She will forget you.
We don't believe
so
in
nowadays, exactly. Nowadays when you invest in somebody, invest at your own risk. Don't invest claiming or wanting to, like claiming that one day you will get returns. You won't.
Our producer is gonna kill us.
You won't.
Okay, let us just take a quick and we will be back after this. And we are back. We're gonna wrap this one up. As I said to Ulin, that there's a lot, I feel like there's a lot that needs to be addressed and that needs to be spoken about, because like in the space, and a lot of people, they shy away from talking about such topics, because number one, they don't want to be seen like that person. Number two, they're still looking to gain favors from
those
big people and so on and so forth. But I think it's the same as like having bullies in school, having bullies in high school.
Yeah.
These are the topics that we need to address and we need to get on about. It's like, okay, fine, because I believe when you enter an industry, there's a lot of people who paved the way for the industry to be like this. So don't be that person who only comes and wants to reap the benefits of those hardworking people. What value are you bringing in the industry that you're getting in? It doesn't have to be makeup. It can be music. It can be anything. You must know that there's people who sacrificed a lot for you to have an industry to be in today. So I just want to leave it off there and like have people thinking like, whatever industry you decide to get into, what value are you going to bring
and
in
what
that
change
industry?
are you going to bring in the next person who's going to come in after you.
So
I'm really grateful for the conversations that we've had, and I think the one thing that always annoys me about topics or interviews is people that come up with suggestions and no solutions. So I feel like the one solution that I think we would have to our problem is if people in our industry acknowledged that they are great. Number one, once you acknowledge that you are great, you accept that you are great, you will not have fear of sharing, once you have seen or come to a realization that God has blessed you with so much so that you can share with others, it would be so much more easier. And not sharing in a sense of give off your work to other people, but sharing your skill,
knowledge.
Your knowledge, where you've been, what I should do, what I shouldn't do. It's like being in the music industry, teaching people about royalties and how much they're supposed to get, what they should do and what they shouldn't do, because you went down that road and you are praying that they don't go down the same road. Pretty much the system of your grandmother sharing her wisdom with you before you get married. It's the same concept, do not alienate people in the industry. When you do that, you're hurting them and you make them work 10 times more than you did when you walked in. Just share a word.
And there's absolutely no reason, like
just share a word. Share a word. Like you said, there's billions and billions and billions of people on this earth. There's billions more being born each and every day.
Each and every minute.
There's work enough to feed all of us. All of us. We just attack the same people. That's all.
And also, like, I think we need to start learning to broaden up the industry. This person has no business doing what the other person is doing. There's a lot of room for everybody.
Or if your guys are doing the same thing, individualize it. Make it personal to you.
Yeah.
Make it original.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on my yellow couch for my very first episode. Please do not forget to subscribe on my channel and follow me on my Facebook page so that you can see all the episodes and the upcoming guests I have for you guys. I have so much. There's a lot. Like I'm so excited about, I'm so excited about the future of this. And yes, don't forget to click on your notification bell so that you don't forget whenever I drop a new video on my channel. Linda is available on the socials. Instagram is Linda Mkhonto, Lady Bianca. And she's also very active on TikTok, guys. So please do check her out. She's using the same handles on TikTok.
Everywhere,
actually.
I have the same handles for everything. Linda Mkhonto _Lindy on Instagram, Facebook
and TikTok. So please don't forget to leave your comments, your suggestions. If you do have somebody you would like seen on that spot on the show, you know what to do. I'm gonna see you on the next one.